The most consequential democratic leader of the past 25 years has just been assassinated. In an era when political figures have become smaller and smaller, Shinzo Abe, the former Prime Minister of Japan, was truly a giant. When I first met him in the mid-1990s in Tokyo, he was already a rising star in Japanese politics. But I could not have imagined that he would become Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister, or that his policies would change the way Japan sees itself and its place in the world. Abe brought Japan back to the center stage of world affairs, particularly in the Pacific region, where, along with the United States, he began to put together a coalition of countries that were getting alarmed by a more and more aggressive China. He also launched a series of quite dramatic changes in Japan's economic outlook. It was called Abenomics, and it had three important pillars known as the three arrows. The first was in monetary policy, where he made it easier for Japanese consumers as well as companies to borrow money and spend. The second was fiscal stimulus. The government spent more money, it gave tax breaks to companies, and a lot of the investment went into areas like infrastructure. And the third was in structural reforms, particularly in labor law. He liberalized labor laws, made it possible for companies to hire people from abroad. He encouraged companies to hire more women, brought more women into the workforce in Japan. Not all of his policies produced the results that he had hoped while he was in office, but they've changed the way Japanese leaders talk about the future of their country. Neither the opposition nor the ruling party wants to turn the clock back to where it was before Abe took charge. In that respect, I think Abe was a more significant figure on the world stage than, let's say, Angela Merkel, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Tony Blair. He changed his country in much more profound ways without really sacrificing the interests of his country or of its allies. And his influence extended far beyond Japan. His vision of a trans-Pacific trade zone has been embraced by countries everywhere. And he was the moving force behind the Quad, which is a security alliance involving the United States, Japan, Australia, and India to push back against Chinese aggression. His loss will be felt not only at the heart of Japanese politics, but also on a world stage.